This unique story began when a British merchant ship was passing through the desolate Atlantic Ocean. The captain of the ship noticed a ship standing far away, which was neither moving forward nor responding to its signals. When he got closer, he found that this ship was standing alone in the desolate sea, only supported by waves. Surprisingly, the crew's equipment, food and cargo were all safe in the ship. But if it wasn't, the crew wasn't there, which had disappeared without a trace from here. This is the story of Mary Celeste, which has troubled historians for the past 150 years. A secret that no one knows except the ocean. Hello, friends. You are watching Curious World, where we bring you real and heart-touching stories. If you enjoy this story, don't forget to subscribe our channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss a new story. Viewers, this ship was built in 1861 in Canada, and at that time it was named Amazon. In many of its early journeys, it was the victim of minor accidents. This is why this ship was quite famous for its accidents. But so far, it has not faced a major accident. While changing its ownership, when it came to Captain Benjamin Briggs, it was named Mary Celeste. It was a happy day in New York on November 7th, 1872. This ship named Mary Celeste was standing on the shore, and goods were being loaded on it. 1,700 barrels of ethanol were loaded into Mary Celeste, which is not a drinker, but an alcohol for industrial use. All these barrels were to be taken from New York to Genoa, Italy, via the Atlantic Ocean. A total of 10 people were on board this ship, including the ship's captain, Benjamin Spooner Briggs, his wife, and his 2-year-old daughter, as well as 7 crew members. Before starting the journey, there was no problem with any kind of ship, and it set off easily without any obstacles. This journey was about 7,500 kilometers long, and normally it would take several weeks to make such a long journey. Remember that there were no GPS or advanced communication devices at that time, which could communicate with the captain. It had been 3 weeks since Mary Celeste left New York, and as usual, after several weeks, the wait for her arrival at the port of Genoa was increasing. But even after all this time, there was no sign of Mary Celeste. In fact, after Mary Celeste, the other ships leaving New York had now begun to reach Genoa. Now the worry was growing that after all these weeks, why did Mary Celeste not reach her destination? 10 days after the departure of Mary Celeste, another British ship also had to leave New York and reach Gibraltar on the same route. This was a British merchant ship called De Gracia, which reached near Azores Island on December 4th, 1872, after several weeks. This is the part of the sea where you can see nothing but blue skies and the sea. There, the captain of the ship saw a ship standing far away in the sea. The captain noticed that the ship was not moving forward on the water, but was standing in one place. The captain was suspicious of this scene in this part of the sea, and he sent several signals from a distance. But when there was no reply from the front, the captain decided to go near him. When he got close, he found that it was none other than the captain's friend's ship named Mary Celeste, which had now been a whole month since it left New York. Mary Celeste was seen standing alone in the Atlantic Ocean, 1,800 kilometers away from Gibraltar. There was no movement of any kind in it. The captain of De Gracia sent his crew members to Mary Celeste, where they were surprised to see that no one was on the ship. Where did all the people who left New York with 10 people a month ago disappear in the middle of the sea? This question was now being asked to the captain of De Gracia. At first, he thought that maybe there was an accident on the ship, but when he examined Mary Celeste, the whole ship was in perfect condition. All the equipment of the captain and his family, and even the clothes of the crew members, were in perfect condition. Not only that, but the goods they were taking to Genoa were also in perfect condition. Even the food stock for the crew on the ship was still there. After a little more investigation, a logbook was found in the captain's room. This logbook was first kept by the ship captains, in which the ship's maintenance and issues were written. In that logbook, Mary Celeste's captain made the last entry at 8 a.m. on November 25th. That is, 10 days before the day this ship was found in this condition. This meant that this ship had been stranded in the Atlantic Ocean for about 10 days. The captain of De Gracia was watching all this, but he could not understand anything. In the meantime, he looked at the lifeboat section, but he could not see the lifeboat there. This could only mean one thing, that something must have happened on the ship, and everyone ran somewhere in the lifeboat, saving their lives. The navigation instruments were also missing in the captain's cabin, and a sword under his bed was found locked in its cover, which is a sign that there was no attack on the ship. Otherwise, the sword would have been out of its cover or would not have been there. Apart from the logbook, all other documents were also present there. Another thing was noticed, that the ship's cabin was wet from all sides, and 1.52 feet of water was also standing in many places. But this was not enough to damage a ship of this size. Let me tell you that according to international salvage law, if anyone rescues a ship, he will be rewarded according to the value of the ship. Taking advantage of this law, the captain of De Gracia took Mary Celeste to Gibraltar, where the authorities kept the ship with them until the court hearings were completed. The court did its own investigations, but could not find any clue after many hearings. When the court hearings could not solve this issue, people started making all kinds of things. Some said that the celestial beings took away Mary Celeste's crew, and some said that some calamity of the sea must have attacked them. One thing was true in all this, that since the time Mary Celeste was made, there have been accidents with her. Once she collided with another ship, but despite a minor collision, the ship sank. Then when Mary Celeste was brought to the port for repair, the port caught fire before the repair itself. And once before departure, her captain suddenly fell ill and passed away. Because of all this, it was now believed that perhaps Mary Celeste was ruled by ghosts and souls, which is why this latest incident happened. And since then, Mary Celeste has been given the title of Ghost Ship. But what actually happened that day? There are a few theories about this, which we look at one by one. The first theory is about treachery. Many people believe that the captain of De Gracia killed all the crew members of Mary Celeste to get the reward of salvage law. But the thing to think about is that if this had happened, there would have been bloodstains on the ship somewhere. Now, either De Gracia did not leave any clue behind and erased all the marks, or this theory is wrong. The second theory is very interesting. It is said in this theory that there were 1,700 alcohol barrels on the ship, but when this ship was brought to the authorities, 9 of them were empty. It is possible that there was a blast in some of the alcohol barrels, which caused the crew members to sit in the lifeboat and run away from here. But where these barrels were present, there was no sign of a blast or fire. In the third theory, it was revealed that it was possible that the ship was wrapped in a sea storm and water had started to fill it. Seeing this, the captain decided to evacuate the ship, and then they all ran away in a small lifeboat. Such a small lifeboat could not resist the sea waves and took everyone's lives. This theory seemed to be quite correct, but it was just a theory. Here are many theories, but none of them could be proven with evidence. Even after more than 150 years, this mystery has not been solved. What happened to Mary Celeste? Under what circumstances did the captain leave the ship? And where did they all go? This mystery also went with Captain Benjamin Briggs. Once again, I request you to subscribe to the channel and share the video with other people so that the reach of our channel increases and we get the motivation to make more such videos. See you in the next video with another interesting topic. Take care of yourself.